Alright, so ये सोचो कि how close you would be towards your goals if you just focus your entire time and attention towards getting that. That I really like is we don't need more motivation. हमें और time की भी ज़रूरत नहीं है क्योंकि you and me या फिर consider the most successful people in the world even they have the same 24 hours. किसी के भी पास 25 या फिर 26 hours नहीं होते. We all have the same time. It is just that we need more focus and more clarity. It is more important to work on the right things than just blindly working hard. यानी कि work smarter, not just work harder. In other words, it just means focus on quality and not the quantity of your work. And इसे बेहतर एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए आई वॉन्ट टू एक्सप्लेन अ कॉन्सेप्ट कॉल्ड द मैथ्यू प्रिंसिपल, ऑल्सो नोन एज द 80-20 प्रिंसिपल. So it states that 80% of your results comes from doing the most important task which consumes 20% of your time, and those tasks are done over a very long period of time. Which then brings me to my next point, which is the quality of your output does not depend on how hard you work, या फिर does not depend on how many hours you put in, but it is a direct function and a direct correlation between in those hours that you put in how many hours of actual quality work. कि Parkinson Law states that work expands to fill the time allotted to it. कि अगर मुझे कोई बुक पढ़ना है तो फिर I can easily take 2 months या फिर I can take 2 weeks, and that depends on the mental constraints that I put on myself. अगर मैं खुद को बोलूँगा कि मेरे पास 2 हफ्ते है ये बुक पढ़ने के लिए, तो फिर my mind and body will find a time to do that tasks within 2 weeks. Entire time is to do actual focused quality work. You don't need more time क्योंकि आपके पास कितने भी पैसे हो जाने दो, you cannot get more than 24 hours in a day. The point is you need more focus and clarity. In the same 24 hours that you have, that me have, the same 24 hours that Bill Gates has, how do you find time for yourself? In today's time जहाँ पे आपको commute करना होता है, you have work, you have other responsibilities, you have social commitments, you have meal prep, you have gym, etc. ये सारी चीज़ों में I will tell you a few hacks that you can implement today. So one thing that I personally like to do that you can try out for yourself and see if it works is, तो मुझे personally मेरे सबसे important task जो होते हैं वो सुबह सुबह early morning करना पसंद है क्योंकि उस time पे there are no messages, nobody is calling me, बाहर भी कम distractions होते हैं. Shutting down everything and going completely all in for 1 to 2 hours on that early on in the morning is step 1. But उसके भी पहले there is a step 0 which is identifying what are the main areas that are lagging या फिर what are the main areas that need the most work, and then identifying the tasks that will move the needle the most. Another mindset that helped me and that you can adopt is work equals play. ये सोचो कि you never get tired of playing with your friends, right? You can just do it forever. You get into an ultimate flow state whenever you are playing with your friends. So even if you are doing some work activity, तो फिर think of it as play क्योंकि eventually there will be a time जहाँ पे you will get really bored of it and आपको quit करना पड़ेगा. तो फिर find out activities that feel like play, others see as work, you will see as play, and you will stop counting the hours and effort that you put. And the other thing that I want to explain is the law of compound effect and persistence. Means कि when you put in the work, it took you 10 hours to complete one project the first time you did it. The second time you do it, it will actually take 8 hours. The third time you do it, it will actually take 7 hours. Over a period of time, the same work that took 10 hours the first time to do it, it will become so easy for you that you will finish it in 1 hour. And इसका reason is the more you do something, the more there is repetition, the more there is persistence. So फिर you figure out efficient ways to do the same thing. As the title of this video explains, just take out 1 to 2 hours of your day to work on the most important task. And my goal with this entire video is when you sit down for those 1 to 2 hours, तो फिर you have more clarity on what you actually want to do and less stress worrying about the past या फिर worrying about how things will pan out. And in today's world, when we are just bombarded with sort of productivity hacks, so फिर the other thing that I do is quite opposite of that. Every day I schedule around 15 minutes या फिर up to even half an hour या फिर up to even 40 minutes of white space जहाँ पे I just sit and do nothing. क्योंकि जितना important work is उतना ही important rest is, क्योंकि rest is when the actual ideas flow, rest is when you are understimulated, you are not consuming anything and you are actually listening to what your brain and body are trying to tell you. क्योंकि if you choose the correct 20% of the things that move the maximum needle, those are just an extension of who you are. If you made it to this point of the video, तो फिर you have a very good attention span. And thank you for watching. Do consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one.